Welcome to the 1988 Rivercade, the 25th anniversary. My name's Jeff Hanson.
And I'm Gregg Rosenberger. We're down here at the riverfront, and right behind us, as you can see, it's the Sim Marina with the boats sitting out here in harbor. And I suppose we should start out with the first event that started this Rivercades this year. It was the Rag Bride. And could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, Greg, for the uninformed and the people who happen to miss any newspaper or TV broadcast over the last 2 weeks, the Rag Bride stands for the Register's annual Great Bike Ride Across Iowa. This is the 16th year they've done it. It really started out as a promotional stunt for the Des Moines Register. They wanted to ride across the state of Iowa, meet people, get ideas for different columns, and just kind of let themselves be known. And all of a sudden, it's grown into just a huge event. It's the largest of its kind in the world. This year, there were 7,500 registered riders, and double that for the people who just go along for fun and support personnel. It's really one of the unique things that make Iowa really a great place to be.
Do you think it's stimulated Sioux City's economy in any way? I mean, it's added a lot of business?
Yeah, that's a real understatement. The number of people that came in, let's just say that the 15,000 people were to carry and spend just a mere $10 in one night. Well, they were here 2 nights. And so what it does is it stimulates the Siouxland economy with just them spending money on food, on beverages, on biking gear, on camping gear, and clothes and souvenirs. And not only that, but it's a tremendous opportunity for Sioux City itself to show itself off, a little showcase, and they did a fantastic job this year. The people that were leaving, they couldn't say enough nice things about Sioux City and the way the people treated them here.
Well, it sounds like they did a pretty good job on a send-off of the Rag Bride riders and a good start of Rivercade, the 25th anniversary. We do have some footage of the Rag Briders, and we'll go to that right now.
One of the most unique bike tours in America, the Rag Bride, the Register's annual Great Bike Ride Across Iowa, was started in 1973 by Chuck Offenberg, a journalist for the Des Moines Register. In its 15 years, it has covered over 7,000 miles, which is enough to go across the nation twice.
The 1988 ride is 433 miles from Sioux City to Fort Madison and ran from July 24th to July 30th. Overnight stops that were made were in Ida Grove, Carroll, Boone, Des Moines, Oskaloosa, and Fairfield. The ride usually covers Iowa from the Missouri to the Mississippi rivers. Each year a different route is selected.
Follow me as we check out Rag Bride. Hi, where are you from?
We're from Sioux City.
Oh, good.
We're from Sioux City.
Is this your first time on the Rag Bride?
Yes, it is. Only going part way tomorrow, and next year all the way.
Good, great to hear, great to hear. Where are you from?
Madison, Wisconsin.
Really? This is your first time on the Rag Bride?
Yes it is. I'm really excited. I've heard a lot about it.
Good, good. Shocking, you know, women are incredible. All riding bicycles, I might add, so they're physically fit. And it's just an awe-inspiring occasion. It really is.
The Rag Bride route is patrolled by bicycle repair vehicles, medical teams, Iowa State troopers, and personnel from the Register. The longest ride was number 13, which was 540 miles from Hawarden to Muscatine. The shortest was number 5, which was officially listed at 400. Almost 50% of the riders come from out of state. Some of these are former Iowans, but many are people whose only connection to the state is the bicycle ride. Almost 2/3 of these riders are men, and the average age of this riding is 37. The ride has gone through more than 500 different Iowa cities, towns, villages, and hamlets at least once. The economic impact to Iowa and the communities on the route is estimated to be about $100,000 a day. The money spent per charter bus by the people who drive the riders to and from the ride, the people in recreational vehicles who accompany the ride, and sightseers who have never seen this many bicycles before. This is estimated to be at least another $300,000, giving a total for 8 days of more than $1 million. RAGBRAI is the granddaddy of the week-long touring rides around the country. Spinning off this ride are rides in Florida, Oklahoma, Georgia, Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, and Texas. Participants of RAGBRAI are just coming into the town of Idagro, which is 53 miles from Sioux City, the starting point of RAGBRAI. These participants will continue 6 more days of biking until Fort Madison, which will conclude their week-long bike ride across the state of Iowa.
You know, I think RAGBRAI, one thing that it does is it epitomizes Iowa in no other way that anyone else can do, in that the fellowship and the camaraderie and the friends you make over the course of riding your bike for 433 miles over a week, it's unparalleled.
Yes, as I saw on the news the other day, they had some people from Australia in the RAGBRAI, and I bet those folks, when they go back over to their homeland over there in Australia, they'll sit there and think about Iowa and the friendliness of the people. And hopefully that's what they'll look at United States. They won't look as we're New York people or Californians. We're like Iowans, friendly, very friendly people.
And I think what a better way to start off Rivercade. Gregg, why don't you tell us a little bit about what we've got coming up, but before we do that, why don't you talk about some of the people behind it?
Well, the main person, the main head is the Port Admiral. And this year we had Bud Jones as our Port Admiral, and it's really a sad story because Bud won't be able to celebrate the festivities with us this year. He passed away on June 15th due to a short illness. It really surprised a lot of people. Most people thought he would be here for the 25th anniversary, which is a very big ordeal for him since he has been involved with Rivercade for the last 25 years.
Really kind of a sad note, but gosh, what a foundation he laid, and what a job of leadership he's done.
Oh, he's done absolutely great. Another fellow is Verl Heller. He's the man who put everything together since Bud has passed away. Bud is like a father figure to all the other CEOs, chief executive officers of Rivercade, and Verl Heller, he's like the next man on top.
Verl's really done quite a job. You know, I was talking, Verl's a school principal here in Sioux City at Bryan Elementary School, and several of the Rivercade people are teachers, and they were commenting to me last night that they're really looking forward for school to start again so they won't have to work so hard. It's a tremendous amount of work, and it's truly a labor of love for these people.
Yes, I think they really enjoy it, and you can tell by the way they do put their hearts into the work that they do put out.
You know, Gregg, another thing that this week has entailed is the Drums Across America.
Yes, I think this year is the 11th annual Drums Across America. I remember way back there about 10 years ago, I went to one of the first ones, and I was so impressed with the drum and bugle corps that they do have there. I went out and bought myself a drum set and started playing drums right that second. And ever since then, I've been playing drums. I'm not in a band right now, but I do enjoy playing instruments such as those. And that is quite an attribute to Rivercade and have them part of Rivercade this year.
Well, and I think, you know, one of the things that people appreciate, they appreciate good bands here in town, and these bands practice 8 hours a day.
Oh my God.
8 hours a day.
That's
the kids are from all over the country, and it really is a spectacular sight. The crowd this year was fantastic. There's 3,500, and
that's not even counting Cheapskate Hill either.
That's right. That's right. Up on Cheapskate Hill, that's about the same size crowd you'd have for an East Heelan football game.
Oh yes.
So that's really something. Let's look at some video of that as well.
People are gathering in the stands at Roberts Stadium, hours before the Drum and Bugle Corps are about to present an annual event here at Drums Across America. Drums Across America, along with RAGBRAI, kick off this 25th annual Rivercade. This is the 11th annual presentation of Drums Across America. The 5 corps competing this year are the Marauders of Longview, Kelso, Washington, the Freelancers of Sacramento, California, the Madison Scouts of Madison, Wisconsin, the Blue Devils of Concord, California, and the Skyriders of Hutchinson, Kansas. Each corps placed in the top 20 in the 1987 World Championships. Earlier that afternoon, a band clinic was held. The public was invited to watch the Madison Scouts as they rehearsed for the show and then participated in a question and answer session with the corps in different sections. The winners of this year's Drums Across America were the Blue Devils of Concord, California.
All right, back down to the waterfront, and Greg, now it's our job to really kind of sit and try and capsulize all the events that take place during Rivercade.
Oh, there's so many to speak of, Jeff. I don't know if we could mention every single one of them, but I think we should highlight just a few of those.
I think one of the things you've got to start off with right away is just the parade. The parade Wednesday night. This year it's going to be bigger and better than ever. There's 192 separate entries in the parade this year.
Oh, that's incredible. And they always have that air guard flyby right at the beginning of that parade, and that is awful impressive. And I think that really impresses the small town American that does come to the big parade here in Sioux City.
Well, and it's just another example of how it's not just individual efforts or one group doing it. It's everybody in the Siouxland area gets involved with it, from Yankton down to Ottawa. And I think some of the other things that highlight it are just the activities on the river itself. That you've got the boat races, the water skiing exhibitions. You know, right there in the Missouri, which if you go back 25 years, the first one was held on October, I think it was October 10th in 1964, and it was a little too chilly to do a lot of these things, and I think it was a wise move the next year when they moved it to the summertime, because it's nothing but a non-stop festival. Some of the other things they've had is a lot of sports tournaments. They've had a golf tournament, which drew a record number of golfers, the racquetball tournament, a volleyball tournament. Boy, it just doesn't end.
One of my favorite are the Golden Knights. They jump here every year, and I remember when I was a younger kid, once again, it's one of my younger stories, I'd come down here and I'd watch those Golden Knights jump, and boy, I was so impressed. I almost wanted to go out and jump out of an airplane. I probably would have forgotten my parachute. You never
right,
know
either that or
that.
you couldn't have done it with the drums you had along with
yeah,
you.
Would have taken my drumsticks along
right.
at least.
But I think the Golden Knights and the Air Guard, they really do a nice job of providing the aerial delights. And another aerial delight is the fireworks displays. They've got fireworks on Wednesday night to kick off Rivercade, as well as Sunday night for the closing. And the people, boy, it really packs a crowd. The Coast Guard shuts off the river so nobody gets hurt, and it's just a tremendous deal. You can see it for miles. People really get out for it, and this year they spent $70,000, I believe is what it was, on fireworks. That's a tremendous financial commitment, let alone entertainment value. And in between the parade and the closing ceremonies on Sunday, you've got the carnival. Merriam's brought their carnival show in. Another thing that's brand new this year is US West, Ma Bell, has brought in Old Town West. And Old West Expo, I guess is what it's called. The Old West Expo is false fronts like you'd see on a Hollywood stage set. And they're going to be doing different activities. There'll be a melodrama. There'll be a shootout, just like you'd see at Universal Studios. Just different displays every day, different things going on. The Boy Scouts will be doing something. I think, have you been down and seen that yet, Greg?
Well, I think I drove by there earlier, and I think they're setting up for that, and it looked pretty impressive. Hopefully we'll be able to see some stagecoaches in there, hopefully, too. And one thing I suppose I can't really forget is that's the princesses and the queens of Rivercade. Boy, they really get some delightful-looking little babes in this tournament of queens, and I really can't can't shake a stick at them because they earn my vote, every single one of them. If I could make every one of them a queen, they would be.
And you know, they really work awful hard. One of the things that they got to do is every event that takes place over the period of the year for the Rivercade, they have to attend, and that's, gosh, that's a lot of smiling, and I'm sure their wrist probably gets sore from the sorority wave.
Oh yeah, remember the wrist, elbow, elbow.
No, they're a delightful group, and the people that coordinate them also spend a lot of time with it. Brian Linnefelter especially has always done a really nice job with that. Gosh, now the coronation ball is Friday night?
Saturday night.
Saturday night,
Yes.
okay. That's at the marina, and that's always quite an event. There's a big dinner and a dance afterwards.
Oh yes.
Everybody's dressed to the nines, and it's a black tie event.
It's beautiful.
Boy, I tell you, there's a lot of other things we could talk about Rivercade, but I think this year, the 25th year, is going to be the best ever.
I think they're putting a lot of time and money, and a lot of people's efforts have gone into this 25th anniversary, and I think it'll be well worth the time of everyone to go see this event.
Yeah, I guess we should thank a few people. I'd like to thank our director, Steve Clem, and our producer, Jeff Lubson. He also did a lot of the film work in the video segments you saw. They do a great job.
And a big thanks goes to Teen Productions for putting on this great show. Jeff, the man, the myth, Mahatma Hanson here. Thank you very much for working with you this year at the 25th anniversary. Hopefully we'll be back next year for the 26th annual Rivercade events and the festivities, and hopefully we'll be back working together on the same spot.
Well, thank you to you too, Greg. Tremendous event this year, and I do think the 26th will even be bigger and better.
Well, I don't know how they could top that. We thank you very much for your time, and have a good day. Gregg Rosenberger. We're here at the 60th annual Woodbury County Fair down here in Mobile. Mobile is about 20 miles east of Sioux City on Highway 20, and this year is kind of a special year.
It really is. You know, you go 60 years and, gosh, you learn a few things. Things just happen to get better, but it's always nice to celebrate a landmark year like 60 years.
Yeah, it's always in early August every year. I remember this fair from many, many years ago. When I was just a little kid. I used to come down here and look at those horses. I always wanted to ride a horse, but never gotten to ride a horse.
Well, that's too bad. You know, Let's talk about a few of the things that are down here. We've got animals of all kinds.
Oh, I think we've got horses,
Cows,
pigs,
swine,
goats,
ducks,
chickens,
chickens of all kinds. I mean,
roosters,
it just doesn't stop.
rabbits.
Rabbits. We're even going to interview a rooster.
Rooster?
It's kind of a big day here at the fair for us.
A big day.
You know, they've got arts and crafts exhibits, pictures, crafts.
Models? Don't they have models?
Yeah, models, quilts, that kind of thing. And then, of course, there's
The old Porta
culture.
and Agra.
Culture.
Oh, you
Yeah.
can't miss that.
No,
That's one of the best
horticulture and
things,
agriculture.
best things about this fair this year.
Oh, it's Iowa.
Yeah,
But
it's beautiful.
some of the other things is vegetables. We almost left out vegetables.
We have the shapes
All sizes,
and figures.
big, small. You know, you name it. We've got it right here. You know, some of the people we're going to be talking to today are a lot of the people that are on the board of directors for the Woodbury County Fair. Really tremendous people. They put a lot of time and effort into it.
And a
what else?
legend, a legend. The one guy we talked to, I think he's a
Oh.
legend. They've got a barn named after this guy.
Yeah.
Isn't
Yep.
that incredible?
Yep, it is. It is. He's been around for, gosh, longer than you and I've been alive.
Oh, I can't
But,
even remember how long he's been around.
But then we've got another special treat: the Queen
The queens,
and the princesses.
the princes.
Yeah,
They're beautiful.
They are. They're attractive. They're just lovely young girls. But we're going to cut away to all that. I think we've got a great show coming,
Yeah.
and
I
I
hope
know
you
we've
enjoy it.
enjoyed our stay here so far.
It's beautiful.
I think it's just going to get better.
You can't beat a Saturday in the afternoon here at Woodbury County Fair in Mobile.
A large part of the Woodbury County Fair is the horses. Different classes of the 4-H horse showmanship include Western saddle class, English saddle class, and halter classes. The showmanship class includes junior 4-Hers, intermediate, and seniors. The light horse is full and yearling, 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, and 3-year-old geldings. The judge in this instance knows exactly what he or she is looking for in the prime of the showmanship. She's looking at the horse and the contestant. Hers from all parts of Woodbury County come to participate in the 60th annual Woodbury County Fair. Hers age ranges between 7 and 17. And as you can see, not always do you know you're going to be the winner.
Hi, this is Jeff and Greg again, and sitting with us is Amanda Plummer. Amanda's one of the 4-H members here, and she's, as you can see, she's showing a rooster. And Amanda, why don't you tell us a little bit about your bird here?
Well, he's 3 months old, and I don't know. He sleeps a lot.
He sleeps a lot.
sleeps a lot.
Okay.
Well, that's awful nice.
Now, what kind of a rooster is this?
I'm not sure. It's a crossbreed, and it was a free one that we got with our others.
Oh, okay. Okay. And has this rooster been judged?
Yeah, he has. He was judged yesterday.
And what did he get?
He got a blue.
Wow, great, great.
Fantastic. Amanda, what do you have for future plans for your rooster?
We're trying to give him away because he doesn't match our other ones.
You haven't thought about maybe possibly dinner or lunch?
No dinner or lunch?
Oh, we have.
Amanda, what 4-H group are you in?
Bronson 4-H wrestlers.
Okay. And, do you have any? Are any people from Bronson? Are they planning on going to the state fair or yourself?
Some of them might go to the state fair, but I can't take him because he has a crooked toe.
A crooked toe.
A
Crooked toe. I've got crooked toes, and they wouldn't let me in either.
I know.
so-
I tried to get in this thing.
How many kids are in your 4-H club?
About 35.
35. That's real good. How much did you present anything else or show anything else at the fair this
I
year?
show dairy cows. Dairy cow.
Oh, okay. Okay. What's your favorite thing about the fair?
I like to, I don't know, you get to meet a lot of people.
That seems to be the thing everybody
Yeah.
says. It's the people that make the fair. Now, you're a student at Lawton Bronson, and you'll be in the 8th grade this next year. Great. Now, are most of the kids in your 4-H group, do they go to school with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. What's your rooster's name?
He doesn't have a
He
name.
doesn't have a name. What
A rooster without a name is what we'll call it. It's like-
a rooster without a name. That's a good, like a Clint Eastwood movie or something. Well, Amanda, hey, thanks a lot for coming. This has really been great. Who's your leader in your 4-H group?
Diane Sloatman.
Okay. I imagine they do quite a bit of work.
Yeah.
Now, how much work did you have to do with him before you brought him?
None.
None.
None. You just brought this rooster here and he got you a blue ribbon.
You
Yeah.
didn't feed him anything special?
Well, we just fed him ground corn.
Just ground corn? And how do you get him to sleep so much?
I just pet him.
Just pet him and he sleeps.
Does he awake about 4 o'clock in the morning? Does he wake you up?
He doesn't wake me up.
Okay.
Now, when they bite, does that hurt?
A little.
A little.
A little.
Okay. And just like that.
Just like that.
All right. Well, Amanda, hey, thanks again for coming. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. All right, sitting next to me is Max Blathers.
And over here next to me is Dale Hayworth. Dale and Max, we have just a general question right offhand. We'll start out with you, Dale. What do you think is the most important aspect that you can get from the fair here down here at Woodbury County Fair?
Well, there's a lot of stuff there to see and meet a lot of people that you haven't seen through the years, I think.
Now, Max, why don't you tell us a little bit about your covered wagon back behind us over here?
Well, we built it for our granddaughters in '67, and in '76 I broke a fine pair of colts, and we took them in the wagon train that was headed for Pennsylvania. We was just in it 4 days across Iowa, but that was a good experience.
I bet that was quite an experience. Now, does that have a pretty smooth ride to it?
Oh, just like wagons always rode.
Okay.
You need a couple pair of Monroes on there, I suppose. Take it for a long hike.
The seat has springs in it. It rides all right.
Uh-huh.
My wife and the girls slept in the wagon each night, and I slept with the colts. We just had a real good time. The girls will never forget that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's great. Now, you both have been just tireless workers in this, and if it weren't for people like yourself, and I know there's a lot of other people that do basically what you do, but boy, we just wouldn't have a county fair without gentlemen like yourself and all the time and all the years you put into it. I know we appreciate it, and I'm sure everyone else does too.
Yeah, I think it's these two fellows here are. It shows what everyone else here at the county fair does. All the spare time that they do put into it, and yet these fellows both have their own jobs at home. One's a farmer, and the other one, I believe, he has a log cabin made out of telephone poles at home. And that's just the spirit that we have here at county fair.
You know, I think, Dale, did you have something else you wanted to talk about?
Well, this church in the background, and you probably can't see it with the camera right here now, but it was purchased by the Grant Gold, well, not purchased, but it's moved in here by the Grant Gold Getters 4-H Club. They had fundraisers, things like that, a lot of socials and things. And they moved this in here, and when they got it here, basically the church was pretty much empty. There's a few old pews and stuff like that left in it. After they got it here, why, people started donating things that they had taken out of this church years ago, like the bell in the bell tower. That was, somebody had that, and they donated that back to the church. The pulpit in there, and the 2 chairs up in the front, the covered chairs. A guy bought them on a sale, and he just brought them and gave them back. The organ was given back. There's a clock hanging in there, and they give that back. It's just that kind of things, you know, that makes this old town really going to work. People like that are willing to give this stuff back that were originally in these buildings. Was really going to make it work. Really,
be really something to look
proud
forward
of people that do
Yeah. All right, now, hey, let's go have a look at the chuck wagon races.
You know, I was racing my car the other day, but I don't think it even go as fast as these chuck wagon races go. They go so fast around that track, and those horses.
I think these guys got to be crazy. You know, they don't have what you'd call rack and pinion suspension on,
I don't think
the
so.
chuck wagons.
I'd
It's
have
a
to
little tough turning the corner.
I'd have to have a couple Monroe shocks on my thing.
Yeah.
Let's go take a look at those right now. And as you can see, you can get great entertainment value out of your money here at the Woodbury County Fair. I still have a couple dollars left, I think. And not only that, but we do have great entertainment by our princesses and queens that we have right here to our right. First, we'll have them just introduce themselves.
I'm Angela Yoakum, I'm from Salem. Holly Kostovich, I'm from Correctionville. Roxanne Holton from Lawton.
That's great. Tell us, girls, when did you start preparing yourself to run for the Woodbury County Queen, and a little bit about what was involved with it?
2 weeks ago, we had our preliminary competition at Theo's in Lawton. There we had a casual outfit and a personal interview. And then we had dinner with the judges, and our formal competition followed that.
What did you have for dinner?
Pork chop.
Okay. Well,
They love it over there.
what was your favorite part of the competition? Were there some parts that you had more fun with, or were there some that you hated?
I didn't like the personal interviews. But I thought that the evening gown competition was fun.
That's good. How about you?
The same. I like the evening gown competition.
Did you have to go out and buy a certain evening gown for this competition?
Some girls did, but I just stayed with the one I had from prom.
Oh, well, see, that's a wise conservation of money, I might add. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing here at the fair and what you're going to be doing after the fair's over with.
At the fair, I usually at the fair every year, so I showed horses this year and beef, and I've been busy with Angie and Roxanne, helping at the different events like the rodeo and the chuck wagon race and the talent contest.
And the Queen, what is she going to be doing?
We all go around together and PR, and and we pass out ribbons to the award winners for the different events and do drawings.
Anything else you want to add?
No, mostly the princesses are sometimes where the Queen can't be, or whether she's involved in something else, then we're there.
Well, good, good. What's the most fun about the fair?
Most fun about the fair? I would have to say the evenings. I suppose because they're more action-packed. There's always more people around. More enjoyable.
Well, that's good. Have you met a lot of nice people here during this?
Yeah, we meet a lot of people. They're special friends. They're always
That's
around
good.
fair time.
Good, good.
Okay, let's cut away to the Grand River Rodeo. This year the rodeo is bigger and better than ever.
They have bucking broncos.
Bulls.
Bulls the size of my car.
A myriad of entertainment.
Oh, I can't.
And some guys are crazy enough to get out there with them. Let's have a look at it. Well, folks, it's been a great day. We hope you've enjoyed yourselves with us. I'd like to thank a few people. Our producer, Jeff Lubson, as always, he's done a super job.
That guy's a heck of a guy.
Unbelievable.
He's beautiful.
And we've got a director with us this time, Matt Moore.
Matt Moore?
He's done an outstanding job. Nice young man.
You know, I've known a lot of guys in my days, but Matt Moore, he's the epitome of a real man.
One of the best.
He is.
One of the best. Man's man. And the crew.
The
What
crew.
a great crew.
They make the world turn. Without the crew, we would not be here.
We'd be lost. again, we've had a great day at the fair. Thanks for joining us.
I thank you, Jeff Hanson, the man, the myth, the Mahatma, right here, right next to me. Hopefully I'll be able to do another show with you soon. It won't be soon enough. Let's go do another one right now. Let's go in the parking lot. We'll do one on cars, maybe.
It's never soon enough to work with you either, Greg. Or late enough.
Yeah.
Thanks again, folks. We'll see you for our next show.
Thank you.